What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, actually, please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rumble Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, we got a tweet from one Ed Boon saying ask me stuff. So let's get into it. Now, for context, for those that are not familiar with the co-creator of the Mortal Kombat and Injustice video game series, the Ask Me Stuff tweets have been going on for quite a while, going on for a few months now. When he says Ask Me Stuff, it's pretty self-explanatory. When he says Ask Me Stuff, he's basically letting people ask him whatever question they want, whatever, that's appropriate, of course. And within contractual and legal obligation, he'll answer the questions as best as he can, and or within his level of trollness. All right, I just said trollness. I know that's not a word. I just created it, and we're gonna make it one today for the sake of the video. All right, so without further ado, man, we're gonna read a few of these questions, man, read a few of these answers, because they're quite interesting, man. They're quite interesting, man. You might want to stick tuned to that, man. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. So he says Ask Me Stuff. We're gonna scroll down a little bit. And you got your obvious fan questions like how many likes for Kratos to return to the nether realm for Mortal Kombat 12. He goes, would be fun. Now, I don't think that's something that'll necessarily happen, because there was a lot of controversy back in the day in MK9 when when PlayStation got Kratos for DLC, but since he was PlayStation and Sony exclusive, he was just DLC for PlayStation. I was one of those very salty people because though I didn't have the PlayStation back in the day. I was on Xbox. I had played God of War at friends' houses and everything like that, so I was very familiar with Kratos. I was very familiar with the God of War, and I was very disappointed that it didn't happen. So that being said, I don't think they would do that in this day and age. They've already tried that, but hey, you never know. But I highly doubt it in this situation. So we scroll down. We got a very interesting question right here. Chances of Michael Myers being in the next MK game. And then we get some bad news. We get hit right in the chest. Slim, answered Ed Boon. We wanted him, but Halloween people said no. Let me just say something to those Halloween people, especially after that last monstrosity y'all had the nerve to call a movie. I get that Michael Myers is an iconic figure and everything like that, bruh, but can you please answer me how the hell y'all let him get? Y'all thought it was more profitable to let him get chopped up by an 89-year-old woman versus being put in a Mortal Kombat game that I'm sure you would make no less than hundreds of thousands of dollars from people who have been begging, including NRS, that have been begging for Michael Myers to be in a Mortal Kombat game. He fits it oh so perfectly. He's a slasher. So y'all thought it was more profitable for him to get his throat cut by an old lady, by old ass Jamie Lee Curtis, than it would be putting him in a modern day Mortal Kombat game. Make it make sense, please. Especially after that last movie y'all dropped with Michael Myers. Bruh, come on now. Come on now. I'm sorry. That movie was ass, son. It was. I'm sorry. You can fight me about that. I don't give a damn. Movie didn't make no damn sense. Michael Myers had I'm sorry. They bitched Michael Myers the fuck up. What better way to bring him back to prominence? What better way to put the motherfucking back up in him? Yeah, I just did that. Put the back up in Michael Myers than to put him in a Mortal Kombat game. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Tell me how you lose. How are you not making money off of that? Make it make sense, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Then we scroll down just a little bit more. Will we see Tremor ever return in an MK game? Very, very likely. I like this answer right here from Ed Boon because, for one, I'm a fan of Tremor. If you played MKX at all, Tremor is one of my favorite characters to play on MKX, man. He's definitely one of the top-notch DLC characters they've put on any MK game. So with that being said, man, I hope we do see Tremor return, man. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Tremor and G-Rus on the same game at some point in time, because I think of the new MK characters, Collector and G-Rus were clearly head and shoulders above a lot of the new characters that we've gotten in the past, and that's just my opinion. That's just me. They're definitely the two best on MK11. I'll tell you that much right now. And we get a question right here that asks, will you add previous licensed DLC characters into your next major release? Excuse me. Ed Boon answers, good question. I've always wondered if fans would like to see previous DLC fighters return. Imagine a DLC pack featuring Alien, Predator, RoboCop, and Terminator. I would not mind that at all. I'm not too keen on RoboCop and Terminator if I don't mind them being in the game, just as long as they're not at the expense of Sector and Cyrax again. That's just me. If they in the game and we got Sector and Cyrax already in there, two beloved robotic characters that we already had, then I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. And Alien and Predator can be in any MK game at any point in time. If you put them in any MK game, I'm playing that bitch. I don't care. I don't care. They are more than welcome at any time. Y'all can put them in the game to come and put at any point in time. Y'all want to put them in my game. Take my money. Take my money. Have no problem. I put out the welcome mat for them my damn self. You understand what I'm saying? Can we expect a reveal? That's supposed to be revealed. Can we expect a reveal for your next game soon? By soon, I mean the next 6 months. Then we get the motherfucking answer that we've all been looking for. Likely. It's not a no, but a likely. So with that being said, within the next 6 months, we should be getting something. Just think about it. The year's almost up. You understand what I'm saying? 2023. I can't believe how fast 2022. It literally just blinked, and I literally blinked twice, and it was 2020. Now we finna head into 2023. That's crazy, ain't it? But 2022 is almost over with, y'all. It's almost over with. So with that being said, man, let's look forward to what the next 6 months gonna bring us. Because to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to what 2023 is gonna have to bring for all of us. I'm not even gonna lie, especially us in the gaming community, man. Will Serena ever be playable again? Also, your thoughts on her, please. I can't imagine we've seen the last of her. So for the Serena fans out there, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. How long that tunnel is till you get to it, though, is beyond me. We just have to wait and see. All right. What was the reason MK11 ended earlier than anticipated? In August, you said not even close. I have no idea what that last part was even supposed to mean, but I'm just going to announce this first one. I'm just going to address this first question right here. What was the reason MK11 ended earlier than anticipated? MK11 support was the longest we supported a game. Next game should be even longer. Okay, so MK11 dropped April 19th of 2019. And November of 2020 is when we got the last big DLC patch to the game, and then I think they dropped a small patch after that to nerf the Shiva Stomp, and then nerf a few other things. Then after that, that was pretty much it. And I think that was early 2021, so technically 2 years. So if you add that up, it was almost 2 years they supported MK11. If this one should be, never said it would be, if this one should be longer, could we see support longer than 2 years? Would they dare go the route of the street? Would they dare go the Street Fighter route and say, hey, we're going to give support to this game along closer to 3 to 5 years than it is 2? It would be very interesting to see. I honestly would not mind that as long as they actually support the game with nerfs, with buffs, with potential DLC down the road. So, hey, looking forward to it. If he doesn't hold his word, well, I ain't gonna say hold his word, because as I said, he never said it would be, should be. So let's just see what happens. I'm gonna leave that at that. I'm gonna say that. Let's leave it at that. Will we get Beast Boy in the next Injustice game? If, in all caps, if we make another Injustice game, then I would say likely. So with that being said, to me, that just gives that answer right there, that completely capitalized IF right there, both letters capitalized. That just gives Injustice is not the next game we got coming on the slate. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that they not potentially working on one, but that just gives me the vibes of, Injustice is not the next game we working on. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you wanting to play it and everything, being a fan and whatnot, but it just gives Injustice is not the next game coming. You understand what I'm saying? So let's look out for that. I've never really thought that Injustice was the next game anyway, but we'll have to see. Will we see any 3D era characters return in MK12? Yes, you will. So that opens up an entire catalog of characters that, we probably haven't seen for a while. Could it be characters like Blaze? Could it be Onaga? Could it be Raiko? You never know who it could be. Could it be a guy? Could it be Meat? It could be anybody. You understand what I'm saying? For the 3D era characters that they had, could it be, two-legged Motaro? It's so many options that they could have had. That opens up an entire roster of characters that haven't been in an MK game for a while. Could it be Natara? It's so many characters that they could bring to the next game. So with that being said, with the 3D era characters, so many characters they can bring to the game, a whole roster of characters they can bring to the game that can add to the story that they could potentially be having in the next game that I'm almost sure they will have. So with that being said, I look forward to. And then it also gets juicy again with a damn good question right here. And the answer is even more. It's even more shocking to me. I think right here, Ed Boon just said, or he possibly just hinted at when we'll get the reveal of the next game. We get a question right here. Can we get a release window for the next project? He says, I really shouldn't 23 answer that. First of all, who talks like that? Who talks like that? Second, what year is it getting ready to be? 2023. So did Ed Boon just tell us when we'll get the reveal of the next game? Did he just tell us without telling us? Did he just send a subliminal message? Give us a little, give us a little Easter egg, if you will. Did he just, quote unquote, tell us when the reveal of the next MK game could possibly be? Because at this point, I think it's pretty much safe to say, it's almost safe to say, the next game is going to be an MK game. It's going to be a Mortal Kombat game. So, could we be getting the reveal of the next NRS game in 2023? Then somebody else asks, could we get an announcement within 6 months? Likely. So, within the next 6 months, y'all, in 2023, which is, which alludes to, which also goes back to and reiterates my point about earlier about the 23. I can't 23 answer that. In the next 6 months is going to be 2023. So that also further confirms that we very well in 2023 could be getting an announcement of the next MK game. And then finally, I thought this was an interesting question as well, for at least the idea of what will happen or what will go on in the next MK game. Guy asks, will Mortal Kombat 12 pick up where 11 left off? Yes. So the reason why that is so interesting, because at the end of Mortal Kombat 11, especially after the expansion pack, after the Aftermath expansion pack, you had two endings. You had the ending with Shang Tsung that won and ended up taking over the world. And then you had the ending with Liu Kang, where Liu Kang went back in time to the original Mortal Kombat tournament, and he decided he was going to train the great Kung Lao and how to defeat Goro. So to me, the reason why he says, the reason why this question got my attention and he just said yes is because it makes me wonder, what direction are they gonna go in? Story mode wise, what direction are they gonna go in? Are they gonna go the route of Liu Kang, or are they gonna go the route of Shang Tsung? Here's something that I think they could possibly do. It may not happen. It may not happen, but here's something I think they could very well possibly do. As they were the first video game company to add a story mode to a fighting game, add a DLC expansion pack story mode wise to a video game, right? To a fighting video game, right? Could they very well possibly do the same thing, but do it like this? Have one story mode for Shang Tsung, just dedicate an entire story mode to Shang Tsung, and then later on add an entire DLC story mode for Liu Kang, or vice versa. Because at this point with Aftermath, they pretty much did that. They gave you the ending with Liu Kang, just gave you that, and then they backdoored and then gave you, hey, this could possibly happen with Shang Tsung too. So they pretty much gave you three. So could they possibly do the same thing? Have one end with the good guy over here, and then backdoor and say, hey, we're gonna let the bad guy win over here, and then we have an expansion of and instead of just saying, oh, we're just gonna go this one direction here, why not go both? And then just add DLC for the second story mode, and just add the second half of the story mode, or the other story mode that we were gonna do, and just add it for DLC. That way we don't miss, we don't disappoint anybody, and you make just as much, and you make even more money, because now you get to see what happens in both spectrums instead of just going one way and then getting confused, getting bored with the storyline, you know what I mean, and then just getting predictable. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have two, You have two different story modes right here. You have two different storylines that have two different endings. What that also does is that continues to let you that lets you build going to the future. Now you don't have to stick to one thing and it runs out of ideas. Now there is even more ideas, and the possibilities now become endless at that point in time, because now you can literally take it any way you want to go. Any way you want to go. But that's just me, man. But y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this tweet and the questions and the answers, the whole Q&A that Ed Boon hosted for the good people at Twitter, man. And shouts out to Ed Boon and NetherRealm Studios for letting Ed Boon come out and do this, man. Shouts out to Ed Boon for doing this for the fans, man. As long as y'all remain respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for you, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have a good one.